To Jim Acosta from Weaver, John City, Roseman, California. What's going on, dude? So, arches. That would be she who must be obeyed. Give me a second here. Sorry about that, Jim. She who must be obeyed. Senior, well over 20, old, blind, deaf, and still a pain in the ass. So, arches. Jim, can you go back through your memories of why France has an arch? Of what particular battle they had to go through to secure that arch? And what does the arch mean for the French? Because it is of cultural significance, is it not? There was something major that was won. Something that gave the people of France to remember and commemorate and commiserate with. It did something to it. Sorry. I'm switching camera angles left and right. I'm probably doing this on a cell phone. I'm just having my own computer working on this thing. But I'm dealing with everything else. I do my own channel called The Diary of a Griever named John Weaver. It deals mostly with personal stuff, but also political crap. Things that are happening to me, including taking care of a mutt and Trump in his mouth. Just to let you know, and I'm doing this without my glasses. Terrific. Give me a second. I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I need some eyes to research with. There's a reason. The madness. And my coffee pot is just about bubbling over. Great. Okay. March. France. Oh. Arc de l'Utopia. Unless you have friends. Do the old wiki on it. Wiki. Nothing wrong with doing a Wikipedia on the thing, is there? Poor man's research. Waiting for the Wikipedia to pull it up. And then... So what's the... Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile. I think that's what it is. While something's trying to pull up a file, I'm still trying to pull up the Wikipedia on this one. Lindsay Vaughn. Completely mad. Well, she must be mad. She was going back into skiing after getting herself injured, but that's not the thing I was looking for. What I'm looking for is the correct pronunciation concerning about the arc that you would see in France. A monument located on the western end of Champs-Élysées at the center of the Place Charles de Gaulle. I know should have taken French in high school. I would have got the pronunciations right on this one. But I'll tell you, Jim, in France, it's a stunning piece of architecture. But it's a commemoration, isn't it? It's a commemoration of things that take place and the trials and triumphs and stuff. Late 19th century. 12 radiating. Yes. But why? What did it mean? What was the cultural significance of this? It was to commission to honor those who fought and died for France during the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. Bears the names of French victories and generals engraved on its inner and outer surfaces. Beneath the vault lies the tomb of the unknown soldier from World War I, marked by an eternal flame commemorating unidentified fallen soldiers. That would be something to see in a lifetime, you know? A commemoration to the fallen, to those who have sacrificed lives, and something that probably meant something to the people of France. A cultural significance of that nature, of the well-meaning of it. It is also France's version of a celebration of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It is a masterpiece. So my question to you, and forgive the bluntness and the absolute rudeness of the language I'm about to use. What the fuck did Trump do to deserve a monument in the fucking first place? I'll let you ponder on that one for a couple of seconds while I get my coffee going and take care of the dog, and she'll be wandering her head up and winding her head up because she wants attention. It's a curse that I deal with as a caregiver to a dog. You gotta try it sometime. It'll drive you insane. Apologies for the long wait. Hit the pause button, you think you're waiting for forever on that one. Now it's just, again, one of the most necessities in life that we are totally dependent upon in every which way. And yet, unfortunately, we have to be taxed for our coffee. We gotta be tariffed to this because of our coffee. We must have our coffee. And we must have a dog to drive us crazy. What has Trump done to deserve anything except how to grift taught by his family? His family must have been grifters. Comes from generations of grifters, in my own observation and understanding. Because it's the only way they knew how to survive, I guess. Lie, cheat, steal, pilfer, pillage, plunder, grift. It's the only way they know how to do survival. And how to cheat people a great deal on it. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at stuff like this. And Trump wants to make his name known. He's got his name known in history as a con man, but he's trying to go for God Emperor, apparently. In one of the Yahoo articles, sometimes the system flashes me on that one. How would you deal with Penn Station, train station, and Dulles Airport, named after Trump? Well, I've heard the gag muscles in the back of your throat going crazy. Or was that just mine? I try to collect interesting articles for research, posterity. Sure as hell ain't for nostalgia. That's for darn sure there, Jim. Has it gone far enough? Oh, no. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it all yet. We're not done with the Empire. And the Empire's not done with us. It's a scary thing when I keep seeing positive people turning into the people that they look at themselves and fear what's going on. And they should. Jim, you've heard of Mary Shelley Wollstonecraft's stories, right? You heard of the Gothic tales, how they tried to scare themselves in the 1800s, 1800s. How they were translated into the 1900s, into today. There are recovery halls that talk about the Frankenstein situation, but mostly about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We are our own worst nightmare. We have never said, and not declared either, that we're responsible for this, that we're supposed to be held accountable to it, that we should be transparent about all of it. We did this to ourselves in November. We did this to ourselves when we elected Trump in office the first time in 2016. And for those who laughed at the idea that Trump was going to be boss of a country for 4 years, we should have realized that he had the ambitions. Because if he went into politics, he went further than his own empire, his own crumbling empire. His adventures that he tried to go out for, that people would remember the name, and they only remember was a scam artist. A real estate mogul kept stealing things, slapping names, brainwashing people. Trump wants Penn State and he wants Dulles Airport renamed. Otherwise, he's not going to grant the money necessary for New York to finish its own projects that the people desperately need. Hudson Tunnel Project, connect New York and New Jersey. Building 9 miles of new passenger rail track, rehabilitating the North River Tunnel. If it wasn't going to be freed up by today, the project would stop, leaving approximately 1,000 construction jobs in jeopardy. And Schumer said, no, we're not putting your name up all over that damn place. Punchbowl News reported it. According to what Yahoo News pulled up on it this morning, Trump wants to do anything and everything he can to get his name out there. To have people just hold on to that thing. Tearing apart the Kennedy Center for 2 years renovation. He's going to turn it into a flag heap, and that's it. He feels there is no laws, no rules he cannot break. He's entitled. And that's how he's coming up in the world, as he's entitled. The billionaire boys clubs out there should be worried about it. Because you got a guy with dementia problems running things. And you got a support staff who's more than willing to do the statistical. We're pinning our hopes on the midterms. Trump's doing everything he can to make sure he comes out on top. Independents are worried out there. Guys like you are worried. Trump wants to make a Trump-class destroyer or warship. But he also wants it laden in gold. Midas also had a problem in the Greek mythology. But he discovered that the gold was trapped way too late. Trump wants things. Doesn't care if they're illegal or not. And he's willing to destroy what he can't have. It scares the hell out of me that we're in this kind of a situation here, that we're forced. We're forced to deal with this. Did we say the same thing back in the Civil War? In the Revolutionary War? And the conflicts that we've had externally as well? This is not about the call to glory. Certain points in history we have to be witnesses to. And if we're not helping out things in one particular form and fashion, at least we can try to have the dispassionate view of what the hell is going on both sides. And be able to tell the future what the hell happened. I'm not a reporter. Served a lot of things in my lifetime. Done things. Had survival. Keep your family alive. Work your ass off, different jobs, screwed up in school. Wish I could have been better in college, but I wasn't as a kid. Told I was intelligent, didn't believe it. All I knew was I had to get jobs to keep a rent keep a roof over the head, rent paid, bills paid, food coming in to support a family. Deal with the lifelong hurt and pain of separation. I feel like I'm a caregiver and caretaker at the same time. Yeah, seeing all these things happening here. I could probably say it's not my place to talk about these things just to avoid them like the plague. What was that Washington Irving story concerning about a man who slept too much? Rip Van Winkle. Wakes up to a future that he doesn't recognize. In a way, Jim, we're doing the same thing here. We're waking up to a future we sure as hell scared the hell out of us. It's worse than seeing a mushroom cloud on the horizon or in your neighborhood. We should be asking ourselves, did we do enough? Were we doing enough? What did we do at all? I can't honestly tell you because I don't have the information. I don't know what the right answer is. It seems the Epstein curse has touched a lot of people. How about a crown princess in Norway? Connections here, connections there. History will not look kindly on us. By our actions all across the globe. We were the century that all hell broke loose. Hopefully that's what they'll name us. We messed up on decisions and we created and courted the chaos. And clueless on how to fix it all. Much like I'm inundated with bugs all around. I'm inundated with other kind of forms of bugs. That being said,